Hi, welcome to Hydra Management's presentation and demo. We're going to be going through um, a quick presentation for you, and then we're going to move straight into the demo of Hydra. Thank you very much for everybody that's joined us today. There is a chat log at the bottom, just a bit of housekeeping beforehand. There is a chat log at the bottom, so if you want to stop and ask any questions, please let us know. Type the question in at the bottom, we'll be more than happy to help. So, Hydra Management. What we're here is we help businesses in driving efficiency fast. That is our whole philosophy, and I'm going to show you today a short 5 or 6 slides and then go straight into the demo of how this is done. So first of all, organizations that have embraced standardization have seen projects delivered rise in time, rise by 70% up to 95%. And what we call quote to cash has seen a dramatic reduction in 30%. Now what I mean by quote to cash is where a customer has placed a quote and you've delivered your services as quickly as possible, because then you can start claiming the money from the customer. So that's what we mean by quote to cash. So by driving a standardization, businesses can improve the efficiency of all of their resources by up to 58%. Now, this isn't just coming from us. Some of these numbers are coming from us, but most of them are coming from actual sources like SPI Research and PMI and so on and so forth. So very credible numbers, and this, again, is the whole philosophy of our business. So how do we do this? Well, Hydra, as a one central system, gathers notable areas to drive project management. First of all, project management, then knowledge and document and process management, coupled with resource management and collaboration. You really get a sense of everything you need to drive a project forward on time, on budget, and make margin, and make more margin than you're currently making, has to incorporate all these elements. So how do we do this? Well, we do this with what we call the equation for successful project delivery. And this is done by our technology that we've built in-house called blueprinting. Blueprinting is a glorified template. You have a template, but we have a number of assets behind it that really build up a successful delivery, where you have all your tasks, skills required to deliver those tasks, what historical effort and cost was from a previous project that you may have run, all your lessons learned, reducing the amount of risk for future deliveries. Then couple this with resource management that everybody in today's project management world is looking at the moment. It's a very hot topic, with real-time availability, a skill matrix, understanding where your resources are, what resources you have, when they can start a project and when they can finish a project, and how much they're actually going to cost you. Both of these gives you better estimations, it helps you optimize all your resources, and again, deliver your projects on time and on budget, making more margin. And again, that's the most essential thing here. So what we do is, at the moment, you're probably spending a lot of cost. Now, you probably work on fixed contracts or so on, and that means that you've delivered something, but then you have to go in and do rework. So your cost is driven up by one-off delivery, by your project managers making every single project unique. If you drive standardization, you get to drive the quality, but reducing the cost of reworking. And this is how driving costs down and quality up is Hydra's philosophy. So that was just a quick demonstration of how we run things here at Hydra. What I'm now going to do is I'm now going to go into the product, and hopefully you get a better essence of what I was trying to get across. So Hydra, if I just exit this full screen, is based on cloud. Okay, it's a SaaS offering, software as a service, and I'm using Google Chrome here at the moment. It can be used on anything from Internet Explorer, Firefox, Safari, and we also have, as you can see here, a mobile app. So as long as you've got an internet connection, you can use Hydra. It's very low bandwidth, uses very low amount of data, but gives you real-time information, real-time visibility that you need in order to drive your projects forward in the most efficient way. So I'm going to go into a full screen here to give you the most essence of the product. And as you can see, a username and password, logging in, and I'm going to log in as someone called Steve Pink. Steve Pink is essentially a project manager, a resource, and an admin person. He is God, as we say into these in this type of scenario. So as you can see here, everybody has a number of icons along the top. But because Steve gets to do everything within the system, he has a MySpace and everything else. But everybody gets a MySpace. Now what here is essentially, as soon as you log in, showing you the most important information that you need to know that's relevant to yourself. Now these are just called widgets. You can move these about, you can change them and do whatever you want in order to get the information that jumps out of you straight away so you can run your project and be more efficient in that way. So as you can see here, I'm running some of the projects that I've got, my current tasks, any assignments, and maybe some dashboards that I'm working off here. Again, you can customize this however you want. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually go into Blueprint, the technology that Hydra actually created themselves. And as you can see, we've got new product developments, but we've got this part here called Epic Software Installation. This is just going to show you, this is a standard software installation. Maybe most of you have a software or a hardware installation. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. What you have here is the ability to build up a very, very good template of how to move forward and what we call the blueprint. So again, a blueprint is made up of a number of assets, and they're made up of these 6 main assets: deliverables, activities, roles, tasks, documents, and checkpoints. Now I'm going to go through each one of these in a high level just to give you an issue, but I'm going to start off with tasks. Tasks are the most important thing. Here are the key tasks that I need to do in order to run my project. Okay, so I'll predefine what tasks need to do and by whom. Now, as you can see here, install Epic software. Now, in order to install this, I have a checklist, I have some configuration and approvals and so on, but I can also put in here what kind of level of people need to be doing this, what kind of skills I need in order to push this, in order to get this signed off. Also the instructions. Again, this is very key to most people because I'm giving someone that doesn't have a lot of experience an instruction on how to deliver this the best first time every time. Okay, so it could be a step-by-step guide, it could be maybe a link to a web page, it could be a video, or it could be a simple checklist or links back to a SharePoint and so on. Okay, so there each task is defined, and you can put the duration on there, you can put the estimated cost it takes, you can put the difficulty level, whether it's an easy, medium or hard task to do in order to gauge how to run your projects more efficiently in the future. I've got different types of roles. Here are the different types of roles to do this Epic software installation. I need a consultant, I need a trainer, an external user, a project manager, and a stakeholder. External user is customers. Here I can give tasks to customers, customer sign-off documents, making sure that they're on site wherever relevant and so on. This helps you reduce the amount of time it takes to run a project because as we know, customers can delay projects, and when they delay it, we can never claim that back or see where the fault's going to be. We've also got deliverables. Here, deliverables is a bunch of tasks that we need to deliver a particular site. So if you have the same software delivery into multiple sites, we can, as you can see here, software installation. I have to do these 4 key tasks in order to do one successful software delivery. And I'll show you how this comes into play within the Gantt chart and within the planning process. Documents, again, documents very key for customers. Documents, you only want to have one version of the truth out there. You don't want your consultants or your project managers using different types of documents when legal have just defined a new document. If legal have just changed something, they can put this into here, they upload it, that means every project that you run, that same document is being used. You've also got checkpoints and some different activities. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a project and how one of these projects is actually made from one of the blueprints. So as you can see here, I've got a number of different projects I'm running here, but I'm going to go into this customer A Epic software installation. Here's a quick overview. At the moment it's running smoothly, it's still live. I've got a start and end date, I've got some management information there, I've also got some finance information. So this is giving me a high level of what's happening. We also have expenses. We can capture expenses, but we don't approve expenses. Expenses you're better off managing in your ERP or via expense management system. That's where it's better. But what we want to do is capture the actual cost so we can give you the total cost of what that project is. So going back to the details, I'm actually going to go into the project now. And what we're going to see is I'm going to go into the schedule. So as you can see, this schedule is 97% done, this project. So it's not quite finished, but it's running smoothly, it's on time, and I'm just going to go into the Gantt chart now and see where things are happening and what's been going on and so on. So as you can see, once I create a blueprint, okay, and I start a project and I assign a project to a project manager, this blueprint creates all of these tasks along the schedule. So as you can see, all the effort, all the duration, the start and end date is all created for me. All I have to do is I just have to go in there and assign resources to particular parts of the projects. Okay, so as you can see here, some of these have already been allocated. But what I'm going to do is, we were talking about deliverables earlier. So I've got a number of different sites here. All from Bristol and so on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and add a deliverable into here. So I'm going to go to my deliverables view. I'm going to choose a software installation. Okay, and I'm going to add a new software installation, and I'm going to call this New York, for example. Okay, so I've got a New York Epic software installation. I'm just going to grab that. As you can see, the 4 main key tasks are there. I'm just going to grab this and I'm going to put this into the bottom here. Okay, so now New York has been put in to my projects. If I scroll down again, go to New York here, okay, and I scroll across, I should be able to see New York with the key tasks that need to be defined. Okay, so now, yeah, that's probably under here. So, right. So now I've created this. What I need to do is I need to now assign these tasks to different people. So in a way that I'm going to be able to do this is I now got my Planning Explorer here. Okay, I click on a task. So for example, install Epic software. I go back into my planning view. I click on here, and as you can see, in order to do this task, I need a hardware installation and a health and safety person. So these are the skills I need, and this is the type of person that I need. So all I go is find, either add a generic resource or find other resources. So I click on find other resources. This is now going to bring up all the resources that are available in order to deliver this task with that skill type. Now it tells me the earliest start date, the earliest end date, the effort it takes for them to do it, and how much they're going to cost me. So here's a really good example. As you can see here, it's actually going to take, so if I look, John Blue and Sarah Purple, the 2 main ones. So John Blue here, it's going to take 5 hours and 33 minutes. But Sarah Purple is only going to take 4 hours in order to do this. They both have 100% ability, but they both start it on the same day, but one takes longer. but one is a slightly more expensive. So I'm actually going to choose the person that's shorter time and is actually taking less. So I just go to assign on Sarah Purple, and as I assign that automatically gets assigned straight to Sarah Purple, as you can see here. And I do that with every single task that I have. As you can see here, there's no one here, so I'm just going to add a generic resource, and I can add their name in, and so on and so forth. So what I'm trying to show you here is very, very easy. I've created a plan, so a project manager doesn't have to add any steps in if they don't need to. They just follow the plan and the best practices that I've assigned to them. But as a best practice, they can add other things in, so a new site like a deliverable that I've just shown you, or they can delete certain tasks. But when they delete certain tasks, the PMO get notified straight away. So then you can have a conversation with your project manager. Why did you delete? Why did you veer away from the best practices? Why did you delete this? And so on and so forth. This gives you the essence of knowledge management and governance and control. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go into some of my resources element. Okay. So here again is showing you the resource management element to our system. Put all your resource in there. When we were saying about building up your resources, knowing where the white spaces are, what are they doing? So here are all my resources. Okay, it's not very big, but what you can see here is you can see what people are actually working on, and I can zoom in and I can just check exactly what they're doing at every step of the day and every step of the week, so on, and I can just keep zooming in, and I can say, right, well, I need to do some training. James Tubb doesn't really need to do some training, but everybody else does. So I can look through and carry on looking, and I can say, okay, well, everybody's now going to be free on this particular day. So I can actually put in on Monday that for a week that everybody needs to do some training, and I can do the same and copy that across every single person, and all I do is I either choose a project or I can make a project up and put training. Okay, that means people get notified. It works with Outlook, so they get an email saying that your assignments have been changed, please log on and go into that. So what I'm going to show you now is what people see and what resources actually see. So if I go back to my space, I've actually got here my assignments. These are the same as what resources would see, and I've got two new assignments here. And what I'm going to do is, okay, so I need to verify the number of seats and users. So I don't actually know how to do that. What is the best way that I can do that? So I go to here. Remember the guide that I showed you last time? I've actually got a step-by-step guide of what I need to do. How do I verify the users? Maybe there's a checklist that I need to go through, or there's certain people that I need to be asking for, and so on and so forth. So again, this gives us a very good idea of what I need to do, how I do it, if I didn't know, rather than me asking different people, the project manager, wasting other people's time. It gives me the information straight away. I could start this and I'd say, yeah, I'm going to verify the amount of users. So now what I'm going to do is I could actually do a scroll bar, and I could say, well, I've verified the amount of users. I've got 90, I'm 100% done, or I'm 50% done. I've only got a certain amount of seats and not the amount of users, and so on. So what this gives me is the ability to say, right, well, I have completed it, or I haven't completed it, and I just click complete, and it will go off, and it will go for approval, or I just say, right, well, I'm only 50% done, I need to get the rest of the information. Okay, so this gives you an idea of how easy it is for your resources to keep you up to date in a live environment without you having to keep chasing people. This gives alerts out to people that haven't completed tasks and so on, that it gives an alert that a task is about to finish again, and this could all be integrated with Outlook so the information can be passed back to their calendars. Okay. So that's an easy tracking part of how resource can add time and so on. What we're going to do is go into some of the reporting now. So some of the reporting, we've got lots of different reports here, but I'm actually going to go into a PMO dashboard. So I want to see the hierarchy of some of this. We do have a separate BI tool, which we're going to do a webinar soon on that. But this gives me any information, key information I need to see. Now these reports can be predefined by each project. So again, within a blueprint, you can say, I want X, Y, and Z reports, or we need only this reports for this type of project. Or you can create your own reports. Again, these are just widgets, and you add a widget. So I'm seeing here, out of all my portfolio, which are live, which are in draft, and which are closed. So all the information, I can drill down and go back to the information. As you see here, it's taking me back to the project list. So again, I can see the different types of information that I wanted to see and easily go back to the source of that information. We can also export these into either a Word document or a PDF or a presentation or an Excel format, so you can create your own reports if you wanted to do that separately. Again, these are just some very good, easy to view reports. You could give this a license to management, and they could just come in here and just see reports without having to touch any of the projects or see certain things. The same with customers. Customers can have their own reports, but you can define what reports they see without seeing the key information like cost and revenue that you're making and so on. So that gives you a good idea of what types of reports that we're doing and so on. We've also got some, as we were talking about, document management, different areas, and there's a lot more that can be done with here. But what I wanted to show you is how blueprints set up standardization with the scheduling and blueprints being pulled into the scheduling increases the efficiency of your project managers. By using our deliverables and by using our resource management, you can see we're increasing the efficiency and the visibility of your resources. And by our reporting, you can see that we have real-time visibility and real-time reporting to keep you up to date at every aspect and every stage of any project. So that's the end of just a quick short demo. Hopefully you found this very informative, and I always do. And what I'm going to do is just go back into the, if you want further information, please contact us on info@hydramanagement-management.com. And again, contact us. We will be sending out a short email to say thank you very much to everybody with a survey to let us know how well we did. But if you have any questions, please let us know, and I'll just wait to see what comes up in the chat to see if there's anything that comes up there. Right. Right, so we do have a question of, is Hydra accessible on a mobile devices? Yes, it is. We have a mobile app. I can go back, but it's basically the same. You can access this everywhere, anywhere, on any device. It's supposed to be built more, not the actual planning. The planning will have to be done via a laptop or via a tablet, but the mobile and timesheeting and seeing your assignments and so on, that's done through the actual mobile app on mobiles or PDAs and so on. Okay, so yes, it is available as long as you've got an internet connection. We've also got another question of, can I continue to use my current project planning software alongside Hydra? Yes, you can. You can start off, what we do recommend is you plan and schedule within Hydra rather than having to duplicate your work. But what you can do is project managers are able to import an Excel file or maybe an MS Projects file into Hydra. That could be the basis of starting a blueprint, or it could be the basis of starting a project, but then changes and so on would have to be also made in Hydra, because then you're updating the resource allocation, you're updating what's happening on the project, and updating any change really. So that's the next part. I don't have a skills matrix. Can I create one in this? Yes, we do have a simple skills matrix. I'll just go and show you that quickly here in the skills matrix. It's very simple, very high level, very easy to use. As you can see here, I've got James Tubb and different people, where they're based in a region, different types of languages that they might have, other skill sets, and so on and so forth. So again, it's very, very easy to set up. And as you can see here, we put ability, a percentage. This gives you an understanding that they can either, they're 100% efficient or 50% efficient, and so on. And go back to here. How long does it take to implement Hydra? Well, what we say is, first of all, within a matter of hours or within a matter of days, you can get an entire view of your entire portfolio. Okay, so that's within a matter of a day, maybe two. It's all configured. Again, it's a cloud-based, so we configure it offline and so on, and then help train your admin people up, project managers up, and so on. But it's more what we call trainer-trainer. We train you to use the system so you're efficient yourselves in using it. But on average, any project can take between 5 and 7 days in order from start to finish. And that's actual professional services days, coupled with trying to get the knowledge of people. You're probably looking at about a 2-month period. Just to let you know, we also will be providing you a link to a video for this webinar. So again, if you want to hear my voice or you just want to go through the webinar and go through the demo, more than happy to do that. You will receive a link. And thank you very much for your time. And please let us know if you have any questions.